Hello guys, welcome back to my channel HOMESCAPES. So today I'm here to give you information about complete care and maintenance of IXORA plant along with some tips to get more flowers on IXORA. So first let me give you a brief introduction on IXORA. IXORA is a perennial flowering plant native to tropical areas. This is one of the most common flowering plants grown at everyone's homes in India. So if you don't have one, it is time to get one and grow it. It is easy to care for IXORAS and they will reward you with glorious vibrant colored blooms in bunches. These bloom throughout summer and monsoon. Each flower of IXORA is 4-petaled and these come in deep reds, orange, pinks, yellow color, and these IXORA flowers they last for weeks together, so they give you a long-lasting color to your garden. I think IXORAS are available in an off-white color as well, and that's the only shade I don't have with me. These have oval-shaped leaves, and this is an ordinary variety of IXORA right here, and all of these are dwarf varieties. The dwarf variety has small elongated stiff leaves. Now looking into its needs, you can plant IXORAS either on the ground or in container or pots. If you decide to pot it, choose a pot of at least 10-inch size. These grow up to a shrub of about 4 feet, and they can grow even more taller if planted on the ground. Moving on to the soil type, IXORAS enjoy slightly acidic soil. So make use of a good amount of cow dung manure or vermicompost while making its potting mix. By now you know the drill, equal portions of sand, garden soil and compost. This gives you the best potting mix that you can prepare for your plants, well draining as well as fertile. IXORA plants like their soil to be moist at all times. So water these when you find the top soil is starting to dry off. IXORAS are plants for full sun areas, and these bloom profusely when given full sun throughout summer and monsoons. If you stay in a region where the day temperature is above 35 degrees Celsius, protect IXORAS from the harsh afternoon sun in summers. But sufficient sunlight is needed, at least a minimum of 3 to 4 hours, for them to produce more blooms. IXORAS which receive insufficient sunlight will show more of vegetative growth, and if kept in shade, it will show stunted growth. Moving on to how to multiply or propagate IXORAS, these will grow from stem cuttings. Take semi-wood stem cuttings of about 4 inches in length and plant it. You may benefit from the use of rooting hormone. These are some of the dwarf IXORA cuttings that I had planted around 2 months ago. As you can see, these have rooted well and are growing well as well, and these cuttings have produced buds too. And these are all the orange dwarf IXORA cuttings here. And these are the pink IXORA cuttings. And then these two are yellow IXORA cuttings. Actually, I had a big yellow IXORA bush which died due to overwatering in heavy rains. But I managed to take 2 small stem cuttings and planted it, and now both of them have produced new set of leaves and they have rooted well. So now I just need to repot them in their own pots. I give my IXORAS a feed of liquid fertilizer twice a month, and then twice a year I give a handful of either cow dung manure or vermicompost, whichever you have. And also seaweed fertilizers are great for these plants because they contain a variety of micronutrients vital for their growth. Sometimes you might find that your IXORAS don't bloom or they fail to form buds. Now this can be due to insufficient sunlight, in which case moving your plant to an area that receives half-day sun will help. Potassium is important for these plants to produce blooms. If the soil in your area is deficient in potassium, then you can use a potassium-rich fertilizer like banana peel fertilizer. You can dry the banana peels under the sun for a few days, and then you can grind them to make a powder. Add this powder once or twice a month, about 2 spoons for each IXORA. If you want quicker and definitive results, you can use a chemical fertilizer. You can use 1/3 teaspoon of potash in 1 liter of water, and you can give this to your plant. But if you are a beginner in gardening, I would not recommend using potash, as potash has a tendency to burn the plant roots if used incorrectly. Moving on to the maintenance that this plant needs, these include removal of spent blooms. Getting rid of this promotes new growth. IXORAS benefit greatly from pruning. The blooms are produced at the tips, so more the number of branches, more will be the number of blooms. For example, look at this branch. After blooming, I had cut it back at this level, and now you can see two branches emerging from the same point. In the same way, if you cut at this level, it will produce two more branches. Pruning ensures stability and compactness to the plant, and it also prevents it from growing too tall and leggy, and also it encourages blooms. Next, let's look into the common IXORA problems. Yellowing of leaves or light green colored leaves indicate a deficiency of iron and manganese. These arise due to high pH or alkaline soil. IXORAS like their soil to be slightly acidic. So to make the soil acidic, you can use dried cow dung manure or vermicompost, whichever is available with you. Also, use of dried tea leaves or application of seaweed fertilizer can help make the soil pH acidic. The next common problem is brown spots on IXORA leaves. Now this can be a fungal infection or it can be due to insect infestation. The best thing to do in this case is to get rid of the affected leaves first and then spray fungicide mixed in water thoroughly throughout the plant. The next day, spray either neem oil and soap water mixture, or you can use a commercial insecticide like IMIDACLOPRID. I have left the links to buy the fungicide, IMIDACLOPRID, seaweed fertilizer, rooting hormone, EPSOM salt in the description box below. Do check it out if you are interested. I have left these links because these are difficult to find in regular plant nurseries here. Moving on to the next problem, that is pest attack. So if you see any spider mites or mealybugs or aphids or any insects, you can spray neem oil and soap water mixture or IMIDACLOPRID again. So that's all for today's video guys. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. So stay safe and happy till I come back with another video. Bye guys.